are you a Filipino or particularly an OFW who would want to earn and save? Di ba minsan yun yung mahirap na may kinikita tayo pero biglang nauubos na lang, hindi natin alam kung saan napupunta. If you want to learn more about budgeting as an OFW, watch this video. Hello, May Mendoza! So I'm excited kasi ang ganda ng mga kwento mo as an OFW now going back here to the Philippines because there are a lot of people who are also watching na OFW and they want to go back. Sakto, hindi mo kailangan umuwi ng Pilipinas ng 60 years old, 70 years old, but kita mo, ngayon fresh na fresh pa, nakabalik with all the milyones, with all the milyones. So, di ba? So, can you just share us yung journey mo of you as an OFW for 12 years and now you're going back, and you have been back here sa Pilipinas. So, what led to that decision?
Okay. Sige, medyo mahaba-habang kwentuhan to, Neil. Ready ka ba?
Tayo dito, magti-tissue ba ako? Ganon?
Oo, di ba? Dapat may tissue. Well, I was 21, Neil, when I left for Dubai. So I was a fresh graduate then, and then I was hired to work for Emirates Airlines. So I was 21 years old, and I'll tell you this, when I left the Philippines, since I was a fresh grad, I had nothing. Wala akong savings sa bangko, wala akong pera, I left with nothing, but I only had my dreams. So I was really looking forward into, like working abroad. I didn't know what was ahead of me, but I knew that I had my dreams. And one of those dreams, if I may share, it was really the goal that I wanted to be financially independent, that I didn't want to depend on my parents anymore. So I always had that in mind, that that dream, that I wanted to go home if ever I'm going to go home, because I know that I will not be staying in Dubai forever. In my mind and in my heart, I said, you know what? I'm going to be here not for a long time, but when I go back, I want to make sure that it's not going to be the same story as to how I left. And so I was there in Dubai for 12 years. I did a lot of things. I was flying for Emirates Airline, but at the same time on the side, I think around 2015, we started a nonprofit social club, which was geared towards really changing the narrative as to how people invest. So it was Investusiast, really teaching them as to how to budget, how to save, how to invest and all. And eventually that became an events company. So that was, something that I was always passionate about. And then come 2019, after 8 years of marriage, I had my son. His name is Noah. And it took a while. I think a year. I went back to flying. And then a year later, I said, you know what? There are different seasons in our life. I think my season as a flight attendant has ended or should end, because I want to focus, on becoming a mother. So that's the reason why I went home, because I believe that it takes a village to raise a child. I know that my husband and myself will always be there for my son, but I also really wanted him to grow up with relatives around, like his grandparents, his aunts, his uncles, So that's the reason why we came home here in Bukidnon, because I also have my heart in Bukidnon, and that's the reason why we came home. Yeah.
Right. So, sinabi mo from Dubai, ngayon na prinsesa ng Bukidnon. So,
oy, sana. Sana.
Bukidnon. Maraming mga pineapples, yung mga dinideploy. So yun nga ang galing ng ginawa mo while you were in Dubai, you co-founded an events company. Pero while you were in Dubai, how were you able to manage your finances? Yung kaban-kaban mong pera from all your side gigs, yung Emirates, and ano yung naging strategies mo so that you were able to save and invest?
Okay. I told you earlier, Neil, that when I came here, I was 21 years old only. So, and it's different because when I arrived in Dubai, during the orientation for Emirates, yung mga bangko nakapila na yan, and they were ready to give us, I think, credit cards. So at that point, I was 21 years old. I was not financially savvy, like hindi ko pa alam na kailangan talagang mag-save, paano mag-save or how to budget. So at some point at age 21, I actually mishandled my finances. In fact, nabigyan ako ng 3 credit cards noon. Ano yun? Maxed out. And then, before I got married, I said to myself, sabi ko sa sarili ko na I didn't want to, carry that burden and give it to my husband if ever I marry him. When I marry him, I didn't want to be a burden. Kasi it's not like, I'll take you and your debts. Hindi naman ganon. So, I really wanted to clear out my debts. And then I did. After that, pinutol ko yung credit card ko na yon, Neil, and I said, you know what? Never again will I make that same mistake. Moving forward, that's going to be a tuition fee, a very high tuition fee that I'm going to learn, and I'm going to make sure it's never going to happen again, and that I'm going to, make sure that my financial journey in Dubai is going to be worth it, and it has to be conscious. And so I started after that credit card. I still have a credit card now, pero I use it mainly for points. And I make sure that when I use my card, I pay it at the end of the month. So kasi ang papatay talaga sa'yo yung interest. So that was a lesson that I learned at such a young age. I was 21 until I was 23. And then, after that, I also started really figuring out na importante pala mag-budget. So budgeting is very important. And so I think my foundation, yung journey ko talaga, I started building a very strong foundation. I am lucky, and I think I really took that lesson, yung credit card lesson. So sabi ko, I'm not gonna undergo this again. So I'm gonna do something about it. So the first thing I did was really budget. And I really made sure na yung budget ko was as detailed as possible. So I believe that was, one of the right decisions that I made, that until now, I'm still reaping the rewards.
Right. And when you said you were in debt, I'm sure a lot of people can relate with that. Because to some, oh no, may utang ako, sige, para mabayaran ko, uutang na naman ako. But what happens, they are just digging themselves in a hole that can be too deep for them to go back to. What made you decide, aside sa mag-aasawa ka na ayaw mo i-pass yung burden, pero ano yung naging realization mo aside sa ayaw mo maging pabigat sa magiging asawa mo? What made it change pa? Kung meron na.
Yes, I think also, Neil, it's because I've always had this curiosity. I'm always curious. I like listening to people, their stories. And then I would always hear, like usually when I do flights from Dubai to Manila, and I would hear stories like, you know what, 20 years na ako sa Dubai, wala pa akong ipon. Or I would hear stories like when I'd meet a fellow OFW, kababayan there in Dubai, and it would always be the same story, na lahat pinapadala ko sa Pilipinas, walang natitira sa akin, ganyan, and then they're already in their 50s, So at night, I would reflect and I'd say, you know what, I'd pick up some lessons from them, and I'd always say, I have to make sure that I know what I want. And at such a young age, I think I was 23 then, when I really made a resolve na, I like a comfortable lifestyle. Yes, I like a comfortable lifestyle. Not really luxurious, but I like a comfortable lifestyle. But I want it to be sustainable. And I don't want to be living in a very comfortable lifestyle during the span when I'm flying, because I know that there's income there. But I want to make sure that even as I age, whether I'm 50, 40, 50, or 60 or 80, I want to make sure that that lifestyle can be sustained. So those two words has always been in my mind. Nasabi ko, I really have to make the right choices. I need to really make informed decisions when it comes to where I put my money, how I invest my money, how I save my money, how I budget my money. Yeah.
Yeah. You're blessed kasi those lessons, it changed the trajectory of your life and your family's life.
Yeah.
Blessed ka doon kasi bata ka pa when na-realize mo yun Yung, ang lungkot rin kasi minsan isipin, we have some kababayan, OFW friends, na sabi mo nga, 40 years old, 50 years old, walang ipon, minsan negative pa, baon pa sa utang. Pero nagkaroon ka ng shift na gusto kong to have a better life, not necessarily luxurious, pero comfortable. Pero by the likes of it, parang very luxury yung yung
No.
dating dating Pero, pero yun, ang ganda kasi ng story mo that it gives hope to people who are in debt and gustong ma-inspire sa story mo. Nakwento mo, punta lang tayo dun sa pag-credit card max. Pag-max mo. Ano yung mga pinagmamax mo ng credit card? Is it mga bags?
Ay, ganun. You know, I'll tell you this. During those times, inisip ko nga sabi ko nag-max out yung 3 cards ko. I didn't even purchase something significant. Like, I didn't even buy an iPhone, I was just like swiping it. Tapos maybe I was not really making enough payments. I didn't even buy, like luxurious bags. It actually happened. The bags, whatever it is that I accumulated years later was not out of debt. It was because of savings. Proper savings enabled me to acquire the things that I really that I like and that was a bit pricey. And that was during when I saved properly. Pero sa credit card na yon, I don't even recall buying something significant. Kung tatanungin mo ako, hindi ko maalala. Maybe food, maybe I don't even know. And it's very interesting. So, I think na sometimes there is a misconception, Neil, no, na, okay, if you tell me to save, maybe I wouldn't be able to enjoy na what I really like. Say, for example, if you're someone who likes to go to concerts, attend concerts, or maybe you're someone who likes to collect shoes. For example, if you're a guy and you like collecting shoes or gadgets or whatever, if you're telling me to save, maybe I wouldn't be able to purchase that. Actually, for me, and this is based on my experience, and I've been doing this since 2010, 2009, I can really say that your budget will tell you what your priorities are, what your dreams are, what your aspirations are, what your goals are. It all goes down sa budget mo. So if you're someone, and again, it's all about allocation also. And I want to also credit na I think if you're an OFW, and if you're just really conscious as to how you manage your finances, you can actually categorize and you can actually set aside stuff, for stuff that matters to you. And I will say this because I was telling you that I was budgeting. There were always 5 things. When I started, there were 5 things that were very important for me. One was I allocated for my retirement fund. That was very important for me because, again, my goal was sustainability. So I was saving up for retirement. Second one was I was saving up for my investment fund. So anything that I wanted to invest on or put my money on, like I'd have an investment fund. There was an emergency fund also for the rainy days. And kung may rainy days, dapat I also save for my sunny days. So I was also saving for my holiday fund. And then lastly, I was also saving up for my insurance. And this budget was, I would do this budgeting for myself. But when I got married, then my husband's salary and my salary was always together. So I was the one allocating for that. And then because my life changed, the face of my life changed, now I had someone with me. Then yung 5 na yon, na pillars na yon, I'd always call it pillars, that branched out. Kasi ang nangyari, okay, so since I got married, okay, most probably I'll get pregnant. Sige nga, let me save up for our maternity fund. Wait, for sure, magkakaanak na kami. So, mag-aaral yon. So, as early as day 1 after we got married, the first salary that we both had na, we had to save up for our child's education fund. So, I segregated it now from grade school fund, college fund, and Noah arrived 8 years later. So, when he arrived, we're pretty much ready already when he came. So, it started branching out. For example, I also saved up for our material fund. So, for example, every month we would allocate a specific budget for that. Like, say, for example, every month may specific number yan. And then, pag my birthday, then we'd get money from the material fund. Or, for example, his birthday, we'd get it from there. So that really enabled us to, make sure that all the bases were covered and na hindi namin nagagalaw yung iba. Kasi yung problema is when you save, tapos isang basket lang sinisave mo. For example, you save it in one bank account. Nakikita mo in peso, for example, meron na pala akong 500,000 dito, di ba? So, ang dali lang na, okay, 500,000, I'll buy an iPhone, 100,000, di ba? Or, for example, I want shoes, Jordan shoes. Say for example, it's 20,000, kukunin mo yun. And the last thing you know, pag may emergency, ubus pera mo. So, budgeting really helped me and my husband ensure that even though, yes, we were enjoying life, but our bases were covered. Kasi sa budget, there's an allocation for emergency, for retirement, for investment, and we don't touch it. So everything is all in the Excel sheet or notebook, or kung whatever is, whoever's watching, if you're more comfortable with Excel sheets, so you can always see it there. That's why I have always been a firm believer na you will see if a person is, if the person has goals, right? They have a vision of where they want to go. But then again, financially, you have to see also what's your budget. Do you budget? How detailed is your budget? Because again, it will say already, it will have a clear indication if you're actually on the right track. Kasi even if you have, if you're a visionary, I want to have 10 million, say for example, after 10 years. Pero yung budget mo, you don't even budget, you don't know where your money goes. You don't know the leaks in your faucet. So it's highly likely that you won't be achieving that. But if you have a specific goal, you can clearly see it in your mind and you firmly believe in it, and then you have a budget, that's for me, that's the material way of, like it's more feasible na nakikita mo talaga, okay, kaya ko to, na marireach ko yung 10 million by age 40, or kaya kong ma-reach yung 10 million by age 30 or something like that. So budget, I'm a firm believer that you have to have a strong foundation and very disciplined when it comes to budgeting.
Yeah. Ang ganda ng story mo where you not just have a budget but you stick to it. Kasi
Yes.
ang dali mag-budget O sige, I set aside this percentage for this financial goal. Pero nagkaroon ng mga 5566 or flash sale, 70% of all must go.
Yes.
So, kasi mahirap yun, di ba? Ano yung mga strategies mo to fight that temptation?
For me, Neil, it has always been values. Like I always valued like, okay, this is a chance for me to practice discipline. This is a chance for me to practice patience. For example, I'll tell you, when we got married, day one, the first month when we got married, he has his own salary, I have mine. We combine our income. And then, so I allocate that. And then every month, we have a specific amount lang allowance namin. So say for example, like we have 1,000 dirhams, or that's 15,000 pesos, 14,000 pesos. So yung allowance na yan, kahit meron kaming bonus, kahit merong promotion, or promotion sa position namin, or whatever investment that we had, our allowance stayed the same. So our allowance stayed the same from the first month that we got married up until we left Dubai. That allowance was the same. So our lifestyle never changed. If ever merong mga bonus, if ever merong mga promotion, for example, ang nag-increase was not our allowance. Ang nag-increase was the amounts where we were saving, our retirement, our investment, ganyan. So everything was like that. And it was automatic. When we would find out, okay, may bonus, all right, we weren't thrilled by it because we knew that we are not going to use it to spend. So we were actually thrilled. Okay, so madadagdagan yung investment, madadagdagan yung savings. So that's how we were before. When it came to pressure, you are right. Pressure is everywhere. I remember mga colleagues ko, they were driving luxurious cars. They were driving, say for example, Land Cruiser, Ford Edge, But I was never phased. I was never phased because I've always seen, I always saw my dreams and our goals very, very clearly. So, halimbawa, when I would hear, that's a nice car. But then again, that's not our priority. It would always be like that. It's not our priority. Our goal, our priorities are heavier than the brand of a car that we're driving. So we could have bought 2 cars. We only bought 1 car. And then it was a very simple car, but it was, taking us from point A to point B. Our priority then was to ensure that we had as much savings, that we were able to put our money in good investments. And also for our goals, like saving up for our future child, yung ganon. There are pressures for sure. And I think it's normal. But then again, you really have to run your own race, Neil. You don't look at other people, because if you look at other people, you will really be swayed. And it also helped that I was mingling with people who are also conscious when it came to spending. I think, who you are surrounded with matters a lot, because they're the people who you talk to, what their choices are, their purchases are. So I'm very, very lucky as well. I was very picky with who I was mingling with. And I'm very lucky that I was surrounded by very, very good friends who were conscious when it came to spending also.
Right, right. Grabe, galing ng ng discipline mo. And ramdam ko yung passion yung gigil na hindi, walang gagastos. Yung
Yeah.
bonus na to,
Yeah.
ilalagay natin sa retirement fund.
Yes.
It's something you cannot fake, and it's something that na you really live by. Kasi ang galing sabihin, sige budget, pero ramdam ko yung conviction. Siguro, if I may ask another question again, what if, talaga, I mean, hindi pa sila kasing level mo na firm sa conviction na yan, how to get that extra parang pigil. Or, kumbaga, syempre, it's easy to say, focus on your goal. Pero may practical tip ka ba? Like, i-uninstall yung mga Lazada app or anything? Kasi minsan, the body is weak even if the mind is willing. So, any practical tip?
That's
or at
true.
least you know.
Yes. For me, yes, temptations are there, and minsan mahirap talaga, no? And I've felt that. I've felt that also. But then again, it all goes down to budgeting, Neil. Like, for example, I want for example, I've saved enough for our material fund, a specific amount. Example, I've saved 100,000 for our material fund. And then I want to buy something that's, say, for example, 125,000. It's always like I look at my Excel sheets and I say it's 125. I only have 100,000 here. I can't afford it. I'm not gonna touch my retirement fund because I owe that to our old selves. Pag tatanda na kami ng asawa ko, that matters to us and I don't want to steal from that fund. Or pag investment naman, kukuha ba ako ng 25,000 dyan? No, I'm not gonna take it because that's supposed to make our money grow and that's gonna help us lead us to our goal. Or gagaluin ko ba yung emergency fund? No. What if there's an emergency? So I'd always go back to the budget. I'd always go back and I'd always be logical when it comes to money. Although, I'm saying na, yes, I've been very disciplined when it comes to saving. Pero, for example, I'd save up for the sunny days, for our holidays. Say, for example, I'd save every month. Given na, say, for example, we go home once a year, for example. And then, iniisip ko na, how much are we gonna spend if we go home? Sabihin natin, maybe I'll spend, example lang, 50,000 pesos. Example. So 50,000 divided by 12, that's maybe 4,000 or 3,000 something. So I'd save 3,000 every month. Tapos, when it comes to holiday na, bakasyon na, hindi na ako mag-iisip niyan. Say, for example, I have 50,000, hindi na ako mag-iisip. I will not be so frugal of my spending kasi I know I have the budget. Pero one of my goals also was to never make an utang. Ayoko yung type na, kasi I didn't want na, okay, wala akong budget, whatever money I have, I'll go to the Philippines, magbabakasyon ko, gagastusin ko to lahat, and then pagbalik, uutang na naman para lang makabalik. So I didn't want that. Sabi ko, I'm gonna learn from the lessons of others. I wanna make sure na, again, if I'm gonna enjoy, it's because I earned it, I saved up for it. And I remember, Neil, you know my sister, MM. MM is actually, for the viewers, MM is my younger sister. She's 8 years younger than I am. And she joined me in Dubai when she was 20 years old. And I remember before she got her first job, umupo na kami, nagplot na kami, your budget has to be like this. This is what you're gonna be saving up for. And then I remember she's the type of person who likes to attend concerts. Bruno Mars, Coldplay, yung ganon. And then, it has always been the case. Since gusto mong mag-attend ng concert, pag-ipunan mo na yan monthly. Para kung may darating, may pera ka na. Kasi you're not gonna touch your emergency, you're not gonna touch that. So, it was always the case na, firm conviction. Will you be swayed? Again, it will help if, say, for example, you delete apps. But for me, I didn't do that because for me, Neil, I think if you find pleasure there, then make sure that you budget for it and you stick to your budget. Simple as that. If you like, for example, shoes, then save up for it. Don't touch your other savings, but save up for that. Kasi the feeling is much sweeter if you know na pinaghandaan ko to. It's the value of patience also. And patience is a value that I think is very precious. A lot of us can be very impulsive. Halimbawa, kumita ka ng 50,000 for example, ang bilis lang gastusin kasi pinaghirapan mo yan eh. I want to buy an iPhone. Sige, bilhin na ako ng iPhone. Ang dali lang sabihin. But then, it's sweeter if, you know that na-cover mo yung basis mo, emergency mo, investment mo, retirement mo, life insurance mo, na-cover mo, health fund mo, na-cover mo yan. And then, come 6 months, there you are able to afford an iPhone now. I have experienced it, and really, the product of patience is actually sweeter. It's the product of, law of the farm, what you sow, you reap. You sow patience, and then once you reap that, oh my gosh, it's just very, very rewarding.
Yeah. Ang ganda nung like just really your conviction in this. You truly believe what you say. Kaya I hope to the people who are watching, I mean, your life is a good inspiration to the people, especially to the OFWs. And naalala ko nga si MM. Ang galing mo naman na ate, di ba? So, ang galing.